What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. Of course, this is your host, Trey, and today we're going to talk about this Thursday night NFL matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. All right, so this game will be played September 26th, Thursday night. Kicks off 8:15 East Coast time in East Rutherford, New Jersey. All right, so let's go ahead and let's look at this matchup. Right now, the line is Dallas minus 5.5. The total is at 45. That's almost universal everywhere you look right now. So let's go ahead and let's get into this matchup real quick and how these two teams are actually coming in. So last week, the New York Giants actually pulled off a surprising win against the Cleveland Browns, man. The New York Giants are coming into this game 1-2 on the season. They won 21-15 over the Cleveland Browns. They came out in the first quarter, put up 7 points, but gave up 7 points. But in that second quarter, they had a heck of a second quarter, which pretty much carried them through the rest of the game. They scored 14 points in that second quarter, so that put them up 21-7, and they didn't give up any more points until the fourth quarter to Cleveland, which was only 8 points. So that's why the score was 21-15. Daniel Jones went 24 for 30 for 236 yards and 2 touchdowns. Devin Singletary rushed for 16 carries on 65 yards and 1 touchdown. And Malik Neighbors had 8 receptions, 78 yards, and 2 touchdowns in his coming out party out in this game, guys. He had some major catches in this game that really solidified him as a number one wide receiver, a viable number one wide receiver. Now, they did, as a team, the Giants did end up with a total of 340 total yards, 2 turnovers, and 21 first downs. They only allowed Cleveland Browns to have 217 total yards, caused 2 turnovers, so they were even on the turnover battle, and they only allowed 16 first downs in this game, guys. They also controlled the time of possession, 33 minutes and 56 seconds to 26 minutes and 4 seconds. As far as some integral stats on the game, man, third down efficiency, they were 4 for 14, just like Cleveland was, so it really wasn't too much of a difference there. As far as passing on first down, they passed on first down 13 times and rushed on first down 7 times. All right, so they were definitely more pass-heavy of a team as of right now, guys. And as far as red zone, the Giants were 3 for 4 in the red zone. And they allowed Cleveland to go 1 for 1 in the red zone. Giants had 9 penalties, though, for 68 yards, which definitely is something they got to kind of try to clean up. Whereas Cleveland had 5 penalties for 48 yards. So they played a relatively clean game and still got mollywopped by the New York Giants, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and let's look at how Dallas is coming into this game, guys. So Dallas lost last week to the Baltimore Ravens. Dallas was at home. They lost 28-25. In the first quarter, Baltimore came out and smacked and put up 14 points. Dallas only put up 3. And then in the second quarter, Baltimore came out and put another 7 points up. Once again, Dallas only put up 3. So now the score is 21-6 at halftime. Then in the third quarter, Baltimore came out, put up another 7 points. So now that score went from 21-28 to 6. And in the fourth quarter, Dallas came out and put up a valiant effort, put up 19 points to come back and only lose by 3 points, guys. But that's still an L. You know what I mean? An L is an L, one way or another. So that brings Dallas in coming into this game at 1-2. As far as how they played out there on the field, so Dak Prescott threw he was 28 for 51 for 379 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's a horrible day, guys. That's almost 50%. Despite all those yards, that's empty calories, as a few of the pundits like to say. The leading rusher was Dowdle with 8 carries for 32 yards, and Ferguson had 6 receptions for 95 yards. They allowed Lamar Jackson to come out there and sling it, man. He went 12 for 15. He ain't dropped back many times, but in those 15 dropbacks, he was 12 for 15 for 182 yards and a touchdown. Derrick Henry carried the ball for 25 carries for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Nelson Aguilar was the leading receiver with 1 reception for 56 yards for Baltimore. As far as team stats is concerned, Total yards, Dallas only put up 412. Baltimore outdid them 456 to 412. Turnover battle, Baltimore won the turnover battle because Dallas turned the ball over that one time. And then as far as first downs, now Dallas did have more first downs, 26 to 24, but they lost the time of possession. Time of possession, Baltimore won 34 minutes and 45 seconds to 25 minutes and 15 seconds. As far as what they did out there on the field, so Dallas came out there and passed 18 times on first down and only ran twice on first down, guys. That should tell you a lot. Like, they're really pass heavy right now. And as far as third down efficiency, they were 7 for 13, which is not bad. They allowed Baltimore to go 4 for 9 on third down. And as far as penalties concerned, man, Baltimore had 13 penalties for 105 yards and still won the game. Now, that did give an opportunity for Dallas to come back in this game because Dallas only had 6 penalties for 44 yards. But that turnover, that fumble loss, really just sealed the deal for them, man. You know, you can't turn the ball over in these big games like this. All right, so when you're talking about these two teams, you want to look at the injury report first. All right, and right now for Dallas, you got Tyler Guyton is questionable. He missed the previous 2 games due to a knee injury, and it is undetermined if he'll be able to play against the Giants on Thursday. They're also down C.J. Goodwin, the cornerback. He's questionable, absent from the lineup from the previous game due to a foot injury, and it's unknown if he'll be out there on Thursday. DeMarcus Lawrence is questionable with the shoulder. He's managing the shoulder injury, and it's unclear if he'll be active out there on Thursday, guys. And then when you look over at the Giants, so the Giants have a couple significant injuries that we have to definitely pay attention to. One being Evan Neal, the tackle. He's still questionable with the ankle. He missed the previous game due to the ankle injury, and it's undetermined if he'll play on Thursday. And then John Michael Smith Jr. is still questionable. He sat out the previous 2 contests with an ankle injury, and it is unknown if he will play against the Cowboys on Thursday, man. Those are very important players for the Giants. And then you also look at Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence is questionable, tending a foot injury, and it's undetermined if he'll be available against the Cowboys on Thursday. Darius Slayton is also probable wide receiver dealing with that thumb injury, but is still expected to play on Thursday against the Cowboys, guys. All right, so we've looked at the injury report. Let's go ahead and look at the matchup stats real quick, man. So as far as matchup stats concerned, Dallas is coming into this game scoring 25.7 points per game. That's 6th best offense in the NFL, whereas the Giants are giving up 21.3 points per game. That's the 18th middle of the pack defense in the NFL. All right, as far as third down conversions, Dallas is coming out here. They're putting up 42.5% of the time on third down they convert. So that makes them 9th best in the NFL. Giants come in here with allowing teams to convert 36.84% of the time on third down. So that puts them as the 20th worst defense on third down in the NFL. All right, when you look at the red zone, Dallas scores touchdowns 50% of the time that they get in the red zone. That's middle of the pack, 15th in the NFL. But the Giants only allow opposing teams to score 33.33% of the time once they reach the red zone. So they only get a touchdown 33.3% of the time, guys. That's number 7 defense in the NFL against opposing red zone touchdown scoring, man. They're only giving up oppositions two touchdowns a game, whereas Dallas is actually averaging 2.3. That makes the Giants the 11th best and the Dallas the 12th best offense in the NFL when it comes to how many touchdowns they're going to score per game. Now, when you look at the Giants, okay, on offense, the Giants are only averaging 15 points a game. That's 29th in the NFL, whereas Dallas is averaging 29.7 points giving up per game. Man, that's the 30th worst defense in the NFL. To opposing teams, guys, or opposing offenses. Then when you look on third down, the Giants are converting 37.5% of the time. That's 17th best in the NFL, middle of the pack. And Dallas, man, they're allowing you to convert 34.38% of the time. So I'm pretty sure the Giants will be converting on third down, man. That's the 15th worst in the NFL to opposing teams on third down. As far as red zone's concerned, the Giants are scoring touchdowns 60% of the time they reach the red zone. That's 10th best in the NFL. But Dallas Dallas is allowing a touchdown 90% of the time that they allow a team to get to the red zone, man. That is the 32nd and the worst defense in the red zone in the NFL. They're also giving up 4 touchdowns a game to opposing teams. That's also the worst in the NFL, whereas the Giants are scoring 2 touchdowns a game, puts them at 18th in the NFL, man. So, there is an opportunity out here, especially since Dallas struggles against the run. Like, Dallas cannot stop the run to save their life. They're allowing teams to run roughshod on them, for real. Dallas is giving up 5.4 yards per rush on the season. That's the 32nd worst defense against the run in the NFL, man. And the Giants are averaging 4.2 yards per rush. So there's an opportunity there. Even though it's the 19th best in the NFL, there still is an opportunity, because Dallas is allowing offenses to run for 185.7 yards a game. And the Giants they're not putting up like world beater numbers from running the ball, but they are still getting 105 yards a game. That's 19th in the NFL. Dallas also has the 30th worst rushing offense in the NFL, only running the ball for 73.7 yards a game. But the thing is, Giants give up 131.7 yards a game, man. So there is some opportunity there. They allow teams to run for 5.0 yards per rush. That's 27th in the NFL as far as defense is concerned. Whereas Dallas is coming in with the 29th worst running attack in the NFL, man, only getting 3.6 yards per rush. So that once again gives Dallas an opportunity to revive that run game that they have going on, because it hasn't been looking well right now with Zeke and missing Tony Pollard, not bringing him back. It's just bad decision making by Jerry Jones, but that's a whole nother episode, guys. All right, when you're looking at how this passing offense is looking out here for Dallas, man, they're the number 2 passing offense as far as completion percentage, as far as pass play percentage in the NFL. So they pass 68.37% of the time, guys. They're number 1 in passing yards, and so there's opportunity there for the New York Giants to get taken advantage of there a little bit, guys. With Dak, and maybe he can bounce back a little bit. Maybe, just maybe. All right. But when you look in the last 3 games and you look over here at the stat split on how these 2 teams have been playing, especially in this situation over the season. So the Giants are only averaging 6 points a game at home right now this season. All right, their averaging scoring margin at home is to lose by 22 points. Whereas Dallas on the road, they play a lot better than they play at home. They win by an average margin of 16 points on the road and put up 33 points on the road so far this season, man, which puts it definitely in their favor as far as the momentum is concerned and how they're coming into this game offensively, guys. Now, defensively on the road, Dallas is only giving up 17 points a game. And the Giants at home, they're giving up 28 points a game, man. So definitely major opportunity for Dallas to kind of bounce back, get back on the right path in this game. Because if they lose to the Giants, man, they're like, the season could be in peril for them, man. Because Washington looks like a good team. All right, Washington looks like a good team. The Eagles might be getting their defense together, so Dallas might not be able to pull it off this season, man. But, that's getting ahead of myself, right? So on the season, we know that Dallas is 1-2 straight up, and the Giants are 1-2. In this situation, the Giants are 0-1, and Dallas is 1-0 on the road so far this season. As an away favorite, all right, as an away favorite, or as in a favorite period, Dallas is 0-1, guys. So, they weren't a favorite on the road in one game they did play, but on the season so far, straight up, they're 0-1 as a favorite. So we got to pay attention to that, guys. And then we look against the spread. So Dallas is 1-2 against the spread this season, and so are the Giants. In this current situation, as an away team, Dallas is 1-0. The Giants are 0-1. As a favorite, Dallas is 0-1, but they've only been a favorite at home, guys. So they're a better team on the road. For some odd reason, they're playing better on the road than they are at home going back to last season. Something happened to them in that playoff game after they behind handed to them, okay, in that game by the Packers. They just have not recovered from that. I don't know. It just looks to me like they haven't recovered from that yet. Then you're looking over/under is concerned. All 3 games for Dallas has gone over, and all 3 games for the Giants have gone under. In the current situation on the road, Dallas game, one time they played on the road, it went over, and the Giants home situation has gone under the one time that they played at home. All right, but this is a division game, guys. So this is definitely a rivalry, and there's going to be a battle out there. So when you're looking at when you're looking a little bit deeper into these two teams, in the last 10 times that the Dallas Cowboys have been out on the field, they are 5-5 straight up, 3-7 against the spread, and 6 to the over, 4 to the under in the last 10 games. Right, but when you look on the road in their last 10 games, these guys are 2-2, all right, against the spread in their last 4 games that they played on the road. Now, those are the last 4 games going back in the last season, all right, and including the Cleveland game that they played on the road earlier this season when they had that 33-17 victory. Dallas is on a streak of 5 straight overs they've had, all right, now, whether it be them giving up points or whether it be them getting points. They've just been playing to the over a lot lately, man. And they don't have anything to look ahead to. After all, they will have 10 days off, and they will be playing Pittsburgh next. So it's not, Pittsburgh defense is biting, but it's not like it's a look-ahead game or a look-ahead spot right now, man. So when you're talking about these two teams and you want to look at the Giants in the last 10 games they played, Giants are 5-5 straight up, 7-3 against the spread, 4 to the over and 6 to the under in their last 10 games. As far as home games are concerned, they are 4-1 in their last 5 home games, and that's that's counting this season going back into last season. They're 4-1 at home in their last 5 home games, guys. So call it what you want, but they do play better at home, even though they did open the season with a loss to the Minnesota Vikings at home. The Giants are going in the opposite direction when it comes to the over-unders concerned, because the Giants have played 4 straight unders, guys. And that's like all going under 40. The highest was 43 and the lowest was 38, and still 4 straight unders. All right. So this Giant offense is not putting up points right now, really leaning on the defense. And by doing so, it puts them in a precarious situation as far as trying to figure out which way to go next, guys. Now, when you're looking at the trends for these teams, the Dallas Cowboys have hit the first half game total over in 14 of their last 21 games. New York Giants have hit the second quarter money line in 9 of their last 17 games. Dallas Cowboys have hit the second quarter game total over in 12 of their last 18 games. And the New York Giants have covered the second quarter spread in 12 of their last 17 games. The Dallas Cowboys have also covered the fourth quarter spread in 12 of their last 18 games. And the New York Giants have hit the second half money line in 5 of their last 10 games. Now, Dallas Cowboys have covered the first quarter spread in 13 of their last 21 games, and the New York Giants have scored last in 6 of their last 8 games, guys. All right. Last thing you definitely want to pay attention to is how these two teams are matched up head-to-head. So head-to-head, Dallas runs this 9-1 in the last 10 times they played. They're 7-3 against the spread, and it's been 7 to the over and 3 to the under in the last 10 times that these two teams have met out there on the field. The Giants have not covered. They've only beat them one time, okay, in the last 10, but they haven't covered since November 24th of 2022. All right, on this Dallas team. Now, is there opportunity here for them to do that? Yeah, there is. But at the same time, man, there are some trends that you can find in this. Like, as an example, so when you look at the Giants' home games, usually it's a lower total over the last few years. And when it's the Giants' home game, like it leans further to the under than it does to the over. So, and since 2021, or we'll go back to 2018. Since 2019, all right, these teams have played in New York 5 times. And out of 5 times, it went over 22. All right, so it's 2 to the over and 3 to the under in the last 5 times these teams have matched up out there in New York, guys. Just a little something to pay attention to. All right, so which way am I leaning in this game? What do I like? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm definitely not with the Giants on this game. I'm not gonna buy into the hype. I understand they had a big win against the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, that's the Cleveland Browns. That's Deshaun Watson and the dysfunctional Brownies, man. Sorry to all the Brownie fans out there, but they're dysfunctional, man. They can't get it together to save their life out there, and they made a bad investment at quarterback. I like Dallas over the 24.5 points. I also like Dallas, if you can get it -5, I would rock with that. But I love Dallas over 24.5 points. Dallas -5.5, -5. Buy some points on that if you want to. But those are my two leans on the game. I will put my plays in the comments, you guys, and pin it to the top. Hope this information helps you. Please have a blessed day. Stay safe. If you're down here in Florida, I hope you getting ready for that hurricane, and hope everything's all right, man. Hope everybody's prepared. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe, man. I'm going to see you at the window. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.